Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight, we're going to talk about all those reveals from the Hasbro G.I. Joe Focus Fan First Friday event. We're also going to talk about some of the new reveals from McFarlane Toys, like those 66 Batman figures. And we'll talk about the hints dropped by Super 7 for their upcoming Silverhawks toy line. We'll talk about all of that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me on 50 episodes of this show is my good friend, John. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Jay. How are you?
I'm doing well. 50.
Happy 50.
50 episodes of this show. We started a little over a year ago, I think. Yeah, it was May 22nd. We recorded our first episode. I don't remember when we posted it on the old podcast feed, but 50 in that time, and holy moly, time flies. Can't believe we're already at 50. And we have some fun things planned today around that. I do want to say hi to the chat before I say any of that stuff, though. BMM84, happy 50th. Thank you. Space Cowboy is here for Natalie. She never emailed us. Spoiler alert.
Must have been Shinobi.
Happy gold 50th episode, Jane John. TGI Sunday evening. 50. Free reign. Bullwinkle is here. Chris, Stanley's Toy Channel. Joe Rad, CAF. Josh, Chris, Michael's catching it for the first time live. Welcome. Comics is setting up his Motu Origins Castle Grayskull while watching the show. I can't think of a better activity to do while watching. That's awesome. Comics 1017. Joe Kerr, Dartherian, Brandon, Laka Framalama, Boric, Michael Wallace, Adam Smedberg, All Music Fan, Macanita Silva, Pop Actor, Gamer Bud, Roberto Colon. Crazy stuff. All Music says, darn, I was hoping that 50 would be all Ghostbusters night. Well, we need to wait till 100. Well, it's kind of dictated by the news of this week. I think it was very G.I. Joe folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But I'm glad you brought up the Ghostbusters subject, All Music, because Tuesday, so 2 days from now, it'll be Ghostbusters Day. As led by Sony Pictures. And so we will be doing a special Screen Geeks Ghostbusters Day episode Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. So if you want to talk about, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of stuff revealed, or maybe at least something revealed for the movie that's coming up. Maybe some more toys. Who knows? But we'll do a special Screen Geeks Tuesday night to talk about hopefully some new details from the movie. So join us Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Ralph and I of Screen Geeks. And I hopefully will have a Ghostbusters video posted as well, a review of one of these guys. Yeah, nope. Yeah.
You have to kind of throw it out of it.
I'm like, yeah. So we will be talking all Ghostbusters Tuesday for Ghostbusters Day, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so John, it is our 50th episode, which is crazy. So we have to do something special for everybody that's made this show possible. And so Mike from Nerdbombers, his store, picked up some things from him this weekend. And while I was there, he was like, "Here, why don't you do a giveaway? I'll give you something for a giveaway." Wow. 50th episode. And so he gave me this Panthor to give away for a lucky person watching the show tonight. You can win a sealed Panthor courtesy of Nerdbombers and totally free as long as you're within the United States. Since I have to pay for the shipping on this, so we'll try and keep it in the United States because international shipping's insanely expensive. So, how do you play? This is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm not an expert by any means. But the way I've planned it is If you want to email geekdadlife@gmail.com, and in the subject title say Panthor giveaway or Panthor, free Panthor, whatever, as long as Panthor is in the title. And what I'll do is at the end of this episode, so you guys stick around to the end, I will write down all the names that get put in, and I will draw one from one of my mini Padre hats. I will draw it out of this Padre hat right here, and whoever gets to win the Panthor will win the Panthor. And I guess if anybody that's outside of the U.S., if you want to enter, you have to pay the shipping, because I have no idea how much that would cost, and I don't even want to try and do the calculation. So if you really want to play that bad, you have to pay the shipping.
That's fair.
Right? I think that's fair. If you really want in, you just got to pay shipping. That's all I ask. Anywho, so there you go. Free Panthor. Email in your submissions to geekdadlife@gmail.com. Your name and then Panthor in the subject title. So there you go. One more time, the email is geekdadlife@gmail.com. Panthor giveaway, free Panthor. We're giving one away at the end of the show. So, John, how do you think about that?
Awesome. That's awesome. And how awesome of Mike, too.
Yeah. He was just like, "Here, why don't you do this?" So I was like, "Thanks, man. That's awesome." I put a link to his Mercari store in the description below. Again, big thanks for him.
Send me the mule.
You're rich, Jay. No, I waste all my money on this stuff. So I assure you that is not the case. Anywho, all right. Let's see. Should be name and YouTube handle so we don't get doxxed. Sure, yeah. If you don't want, you just put first, probably YouTube handle or whatever. What do you feel comfortable with sharing online is fine by me. Because what I'll do is I'll pull it out and then I'll just email you back for your shipping information. All right. Woo. John.
Big doings. Yeah. That's a big doings.
Oh, so it is our 50th, and I thought it would be fun to go back. Oh, did I close it out? To go back and see, where is it at? Us on our first episode. I pulled a little clip from our first ever episode.
Wow.
To share tonight, because the first 7 or so that we did of this show, it was just a podcast. So even though we recorded using StreamYard, it was not like made for consumption that way. It was the original idea was just to be an audio podcast. And then I think we did that Masters of the Universe PowerCon special. Mm-hmm. It's so much fun with the live audience and everything. Let's just do it live every week on the YouTube channel. So those first few, nobody has seen what we looked like a year ago.
I think it's pretty much the same. I think my location changed.
Yes. So here we go. Here's a little clip from our first episode 1. We're now at 50. Here we go. From May 22nd, 2020.
Buying collections,
yep.
From back in the day on eBay, because I got onto eBay before 2000. I think I was on eBay in 1998. Right after they changed it, because it used to be called Echo Bay.
I remember that I jumped on eBay in 99 because I was obsessed with finding the Darth Maul figure, but you couldn't find it anywhere. And so I turned to eBay, and that's when I really got into trying to buy the toys that I lost from when I was a kid. So that was back when you could have posts without pictures, and I used to send money orders to pay for the stuff. And
used to go to the post office and get a postal money order.
Yep. That's what I would do. And I would send, and it was just it was like spec on a description. I would just read the description and be like, that looks really cool. All right, I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to go get a money order and then mail it to you, and then it's going to ship back. It was like a 2-month process. Anyway, pretty similar. It's not that much different.
That's not that much different.
Gamble says, you both look much fresher. Life has been rough. Listen, 2020 and 21 has been rough for everybody. I feel like we're coming out of it. The night is the darkest before the dawn. GDL before Natalie. CF. Dave Trump says, totally remember the money order thing. Yeah, remember like eBay before PayPal? Like I remember, and again, I was fairly young. I was like, I think I was still a teenager while I was doing this, like getting money orders and then shipping them out and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was like when I learned how like a lot of banking works. Because I remember I had to cancel a money order one time, and that was such a hassle, and it was like $1,000.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I got scammed big time.
Oh damn! I remember because especially back then in the 90s, geek culture wasn't the pinnacle of cultural zeitgeist it is today. And my dad was just like, "What are you doing? You're getting a money order to buy old toys?" The stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I used to get so much flack for it. And the process that by which we used to do it back then didn't make it any better. I remember, how much, because usually it was just subscriptions. And then sometimes if you did have a picture of the things, like, whoa, they got the fancy people cameras. Man, Space Cowboy, John's hair hasn't changed a single strand. Wig confirmed. No. John cuts his own hair, believe it or not. Hair cutter. Comics, that was great. I already learned something new about eBay. Yeah, Echo Bay.
Yep. Gosh. But then somebody else owned Echo Bay at the same time. That was before you found out the hard way that your name was already taken.
Well, you didn't have Google yet to Google it.
Right. Yeah. You got a cease and desist order in the mail.
What was it like? Was it Alta Vista, like the old search engines back then?
Yeah, there was Alta Vista. I remember there was one called snap.com.
Yeah.
Was GeoCities a search engine, or was that just a way to buy web space?
Well, GeoCities was like how you used to make free websites back in the day. And there might have been a search feature within GeoCities. AOL had one too, but I think Alta Vista powered the AOL one. But I remember like all of my favorite geek websites were usually GeoCities websites.
Yeah.
Very rare that nerd fan page had like a legit something.com.
Right. Yeah, because you would buy like a web address and then make your own name, right? And then that would get forwarded essentially. Because like I bought toybunker.com back in the day.
Yeah.
And then like the actual tag was like GeoCities, then a bunch of random garbage after that. Yep. But then if you just put in toybunker.com, it went to the correct website.
Yep.
Funny story. Somebody bought that name from me for $2,500.
What? Oh, yeah. Snap. That's amazing.
Yeah. I might have told that story on here. I can't remember if I told that.
I even outside here, I don't know if I ever heard that story before.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick.
Yeah.
So I was still in high school and I wanted to try and sell like He-Man toys and like G.I. Joes or whatever on a website. I did it for about a month and it was going pretty well because I advertised it on like He-Man.org and Yojo. And I got home from school one day. There's a message on the answering machine from a lawyer that is representing a guy that wants to buy toybunker.com and asked me for my address. They're going to send an offer. Like 3 days, I called him back. Like 3 days later, first I said, well, I'm not 18. I can't do this myself. So he like sent it to my mom. And it was like 3 days after that, I remember getting a letter and it was a written offer. $2,500 was already in escrow if I wanted to accept it.
Dang.
And I paid like $20 to rent this name for a year. It's not like I owned it.
Sure.
I owned it for the year.
Yeah.
So I was like, yep, sold.
Amazing. That's hilarious. Like, and I remember one of the big, or really the big Ghostbusters website, and it had like the Ghostbusters forum, was the Ghostbusters. I think it's called the Ghostbusters fan page, but he had Ghostbusters.com, like
really?
Before Sony Pictures had it. So he had Ghostbusters.com, and when the DVDs came out, which was at 99 or 2000, he sold Ghostbusters.com back to Sony. But in the early days, he had Ghostbusters.com, which again, this was like the super wild west. To your point
Mhm.
of like the internet, it was just a completely
Yeah.
different time.
That was at the point where people were just thinking of things to buy, thinking of websites to buy, and
Mhm.
hoping it's going to be an investment.
Yep. But anywho, all right. Well, happy that we have made it to 50 episodes. Here's to 50 and many, many more, John. Here's to you.
Cheers.
Here's to everybody in the chat that hangs out with us every single week talking toys. We wouldn't have made it 50 without all of you to hang out with as well. Because I mean, John and I would just hang out in general and talk toys, but to do this with all of you, it would not be possible without you all as well. So
Yeah.
cheers to everyone. All right. It is definitely apple juice. Actually, I think I usually do quick and easy bullet bourbon.
Yeah, I just have Jim Beam bourbon.
But sometimes I get a little fancy. I'll do a scotch or something like that. And when I get super fancy, it's Johnny Walker Blue, but that's a very rare occasion. Very rare. All right. First up, Hasbro Fan First Friday event was this Friday. Honestly, they've been a little bit boring the past few that they've done, but the G.I. Joe one on Friday was just nonstop awesomeness, as well as some, womp womps. But let's let's jump into it here. I love the Instagram Instagram page. Chaz the Guru does a lot of really funny memes, and I thought they had some really great ones for the day. So here's one. Hasbro reissue Cobra Island, Baroness, Coil, Cobra Trooper, Beachhead, and Roadblock. Let's see this one. Me watching Hasbro adds another Roadblock when we still don't have a legit Storm Shadow.
Right.
Canadians after today's Hasbro announcement. Sal panics in Canadian.
Oh, that's good.
Hasbro issuing Cobra Island exclusives like Hasbro. I think I forgot something. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Hasbro. Yeah, you're right. Which yeah. How do you forget that? So that was good. And then there was another one. Oh, here it is. When I ask Hasbro for bats, the best I can do are Roadblock.
That's funny.
So some good humor here. All right. So this is on histank.com. So let's go through the reveals. Lot of stuff. Now, this kind of vintage style, or I guess heavy artillery Roadblock.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny how this turned out, because it looks great by all means. And it was funny. My biggest criticism of the classified line when it was first announced was I was like, why isn't it retro? Like I would have preferred it if it was retro, because we're nostalgic people, we're nostalgic collectors. It would have been really nice if it was more retro styled. But then seeing those first figures, I was like, these are amazing. These are some of the best figures I've seen,
right?
Especially on the market today, and just kind of fell head over heels for the toy line. And these are kind of modern updates on the things. So now that we have this more, vintage styled Roadblock, I'm like, actually, I don't like it. I prefer the regular Roadblock. But what's your thoughts here, John?
All right. As soon as I seen it, I loved it.
Yeah. Okay.
It is really nice to get a more vintage style throwback design.
Mm-hmm.
I pre-ordered it as soon as I could. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. And I was thinking, okay, so there's been so many Snake Eyes done.
Yep.
And I thought, I've said this before, I don't need more than one Snake Eyes. And after the one that was announced on Friday,
Yep.
I say I don't need more than one Snake Eyes, but this will be my third roadblock. Well, seriously, why?
And they're all great. Like
I know.
Cobra Island roadblock is really freaking cool. But I ended up, trading it to somebody. I think just sticking with the normal roadblock because I like them both, and I think I just went with the normal one. And I still only want one roadblock to display, and I don't know if this one beats out the first release one, but it does look amazing.
Yeah.
If you would you display all three, or would you just display this one?
I'll display all three.
Okay.
I'll just keep them as, separate characters on my own shelf. This will be roadblock. The others are characters to be named later.
Roadblock's cousin.
Yeah. Because I do like them, but the things I don't like about those figures is those weird, like futuristic looking rail guns or whatever they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like
whatever.
Yeah. That's the biggest turnoff for me for those figures, in general.
Yep.
The figures themselves look good. If they came with Gatling guns, they'd be perfect.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair. And a lot of people are worried or, thinking, is this more of a kind of post, gun, I don't know, mass shooting world, or maybe it's not something they want to promote or whatever. I don't know. But clear it's not the case because this Roblox got a freaking Gatling gun.
Yeah, this is much more realistic, real world than what's been out so far for Roadblock.
He looks really good. Dartherian, it was the Roadblock I waited for. And Cobra Island Roadblock makes a good stand-in for heavy duty. It's really good. Brandon, this show got me to Motu. Please don't get me into Joe's. My wallet's crying out for help. I feel ya. I really do. But it's less the wallet. It's more of the stress of finding the dang things. That I think is the hardest part about the G.I. Joe classified line. It is incredibly stressful.
Yeah. If you're gonna, I would say if you're even intrigued by Joe's a little bit, go for it. And
even if you're not, they're that good.
Yeah, exactly. If you collect 6-inch, regardless, they're a great figure. The paint on the faces, the details in the eyes have been unreal for a $20 figure.
Yeah.
I guess, the lucky part is if you do find them at retail, good to collect, but I wouldn't pay any more than retail prices for them.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the announcement they're going to re-release, some of those really hard to find Cobra Island exclusives for Cobra Viper. But yeah, I agree. I think he looks fantastic. And even now, spending more time with him, maybe I will switch this one out for the first release Roadblock. He does look pretty dope. He looks really good.
Did you order him? I'm curious.
No, I didn't. Is it already sold out? It's probably sold out. But it's a normal, right? So I probably have a chance, won't I?
Yeah, I mean,
Cobra Island sticker on there. I got a chance.
He was on order on what do you call it, on Pulse and Amazon at the same time, so it's not like it was a feeding frenzy.
Yeah, well, Pulse will have to wait 10 years after everyone else. But I'll probably Mike from Nerdbombers gets these in as well. So he's got my Lady J and Flint. So I'm gonna stick with him, I think, for the non-exclusives. Exclusives, we'll always have to have our network of friends, just maybe someone will. All right, next up is the Snake Eyes and Timber Alpha Commandos. So one of the big omissions first year of the line is that we had no Timber for Snake Eyes. And here we go. In this deluxe set, we have a very version 1.5 Snake Eyes with his Uzi, with his iconic Uzi. And Timber, who wasn't with the V1 Snake Eyes, more V2. But we do get a highly articulated wolf with multiple head sculpts. I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, the detail on Timber is insane.
It's like, wow. It looks amazing. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah. I really like this, and I wasn't going to order. I was going to maybe wait and see if I could just find a Timber alone on eBay or something.
Yeah.
but I might have to get this. This Snake Eyes looks really good.
It does. Because even look at like, the detail of the goggles to the matte black of the helmet.
Mm-hmm. And then just like it's almost like thermal sleeves on him.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, I don't remember what the first release Snake Eyes was like. If it was like that, is it smooth?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth because basically he has, the little vest thing with the bombs and everything. It's the same middle section as all the other Joes. But he didn't. But I think the 25th this version, V1 version of Snake Eyes had the kind of the thermal sleeves, if I'm remembering correctly. But it's got the clip in there, like just it looks so freaking good.
The timber looks unbelievable. It looks really good. It does make me wish that they would have done a timber separately if they did like a Snake Eyes accessory pack.
Interesting. But I get that. I totally do. But packing him with, kind of the V1 style Snake Eyes, it's better than like repackaging with another kind of paint variant of the Snake Eyes we already have.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the case.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I just don't want to. I just don't want to spend money on another Snake Eyes. I'll spend money on another Roadblock though.
But you're getting the Uzi. You're right. Probably an accessory pack would have sufficed there. But yeah, I mean, just the timber looks freaking amazing.
It looks good. Hey, just the fact that they're going to put more work into this series is good news.
Now, were you saying you wanted a barbecue? Was that like last week you were talking about barbecue, or remember? Am I like
it could have been? It could have been. I did say I wanted a barbecue.
Yeah. Was that in a predictions episode, or were you just saying it kind of offhand? I couldn't remember.
I can't remember either. To me, because barbecue, because like there's been times where I've had like a dozen barbecue figures, vintage ones, and to me, like the way they look, they're almost look like a Cobra flamethrower trooper more than a Joe, blowtorch figure.
Yeah.
Even though he's not blowtorch, he's barbecue. I'm excited for him. I'm really excited for him, and he stays really true to the vintage figure.
Yeah, he does. Looks great, but you want to know, like this freaking symbol every time. Why?
That is bad news. Bad news, folks.
It's this logo is going to be like the most reviled scarlet letter in the history of action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Why do they have to keep doing core characters?
I know. Why can't they just do constant repaints for Cobra Island, or do like? I can't even think of a figure that nobody would want for Joe's right now. But
who at on the GI Joe team has stock in Target or something? Good Lord! So
collectors hate it. Scalpers love it. What can you do?
Yeah, so this one definitely gets the official. So yeah, it looks like a great figure. Barbecue looks great. But God, why? Why does this have to be a Cobra Island? Like, I wish we could have them talk about what's their focus here on like the selection for Cobra Island, because Major Blood. Like, why do they have to be these characters? It's so frustrating.
Like, do they have a contract? They haven't said like we have to stick with Target exclusives through 2022 or anything like that. It's why do they keep doing it when the fans, they say they're listening to the fans. They understand the outcry. They understand the problem with scalpers.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing being done to help it outside of them saying, well, we're just going to re-release more.
But even then, like, so there, when's the Baroness re-release going to hit?
Who knows?
Because in August, it'll already be a year since, those kind of were hitting retail. Was it August, September? I'm trying to remember. It was fall or summer fall time.
Yeah, something like that. I'm trying to remember when you got those. But you know what? One thing that like is worrisome with that aspect is back in like the 25th anniversary series of Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
They had, they were I think they were Cobra Island. That's what the series was called, where it was like the Shark Tooth with Deep Six or the Silver Padded Grand Slam. There was a whole series of vehicle and figure packs.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they were supposed to be Target exclusives, but Target had already received everything that they had initially ordered for their exclusives. And then all those reorders ended up going to like Ross and Marshalls and TJ Maxx.
Yep.
So there's a good possibility that the Baroness and all the others that are being restocks going to discount stores because Target didn't actually order them, from that initial order. So that could very well be the case, and that's what ends up hurting line.
Yeah, it does, because it becomes incredibly frustrating because these are and I think Gamaliel says it well here. The first Roblox variant made sense as an exclusive, not core characters. And again, I think that was the first one that I found. I was like, okay, cool. This is it's a really good variant of a core character. That's, to me, perfect for a Target exclusive line. And I'm sure people would fight over those, but it wouldn't be as, I think, a desperate of situation as that's the only kind of variant figure, right, that they've done for Cobra Island. Is it Roblox? Have they done any other like variants?
Yeah, they did the Destro, Prophet Commander.
But that wasn't Cobra Island. That was like,
Oh yeah, that was just a regular, one-off, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like an exclusive variant for Cobra Island, Roadblock is the only.
Which is nuts because half the dang line is Cobra Island.
Yeah.
And it would be one thing if it was maybe they had a couple here and there. Damn near the half of the whole line. It's like two have a normal release and two have a Cobra Island release.
It's up until Zartan came out. Every current wave between wave 1, which was Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Destro, and the first Roadblock, everything post that was Cobra Island until Zartan, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I think Shawnee Boxel, if they ever do Sergeant Slaughter and he's a Cobra Island release, I may lose my crap. It very well may be because darn near every other character is a Cobra Island one.
Yep. If you want a 6-inch scale Slaughter that's pretty good is the Valaverse version. You can get him. He's pretty good. So I don't know if there'll actually be a Sergeant Slaughter in Classified because he gave his rights to what's his name? Is it Bobby Vala? I can't remember his name. But the Valaverse Action Force 6-inch series, because they got Sergeant Slaughter and they also got the Steel Brigade figure from the Joe series. That's an awesome figure. Yeah,
it's true. CF agrees. Can't believe half the line is a Target exclusive. Agreed. They've redone the Cobra Trooper in the regular line. Cobra Trooper was the first. You're right. But it's with a lot less accessories and everything. Like the cooler version is the Cobra Island version.
Right.
The one you want.
And what they should do is for like the army builders like that.
Builder, God dang.
What is it?
No, I was just saying, like, and that's an army builder, and Cobra Viper, like, probably those two are the most popular things to army build.
Yep. Wait till the Alley Viper comes out. People are going to be busting heads to get those things. They should just do like they did with the Marvel Legends, like the AIM soldiers and the Hydra soldiers, and sell them online in the white plain boxes. The army builder packs for like $15. They would sell 1 million of them in a day.
Yeah. Michael Gervais says, I've been told Hasbro does this Target exclusivity to ensure a certain percentage of sales to a retail chain. Okay, that's fine, but why does it have to be these important characters?
Yeah.
Variants.
And almost no releases to go along with it to another store.
Yeah. I think that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. PW says Hasbro is looking for a new distribution manager or something. Heard that on Joe News today. So, anyway. Insane. And then in other Cobra Island news, so we finally have our first like legit vehicle, because the Baroness bike wasn't like an official. We hadn't seen that before, right? I don't think that was, at least not that I recall. At least not
No.
mine.
No, I mean, there's been plenty of motorcycles from like spy
Sure.
troops and things like that. But no, that's not a reissued throwback version, retro of anything like this is.
But yes, so we got another 2-pack, this time with the Ram cycle. But again, it's a Cobra Island exclusive. Why?
More like an eBay exclusive.
Oh. Yeah.
And they're so excited about it, and the whole time this was playing, it's, I'm just reading the comments and I'm like, did they see any of this at all?
They have to be. They have to be. And if they aren't, I would have, maybe they were trying to figure it out. Maybe it was a year contract or something. I don't know. But again, like I would feel like Hasbro would have a say in the character selection. The execs at Target don't care.
No. Mm-mm. It could be.
They don't care.
It could be whoever. Target doesn't care. They see a box that says G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Ugh.
Why? Yeah, why do they have to continue this?
In Ram cycle. And again, the first, kind of true vehicle that, has a vintage counterpart is a Target exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
And it's awesome. This looks this looks better to me than the Baroness set.
Oh, absolutely it does. It looks fantastic. It's so freaking cool. Like all the details. Like, look at how much love was put into this set. Why the heck are you making it a Target exclusive? And what kind of deal did Hasbro make to have this many Target exclusives?
I know it.
That's the thing that's just crazy to me. Like, how I'm trying to think of other toy lines that Hasbro has, or anybody else that has that many exclusives to one retailer. Like, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, about Motu Origins, Walmart has had the flocked Panthor, and they had the exclusivity for the first wave for the first few months. Right? Is that all that's Walmart's had for an exclusive so far?
Yep.
Or in that, and then Target had the Keldor and Cronus 2-pack. Okay. I'm trying to think through. There's been no. Oh, I guess the Ecto 1 is a Target exclusive. The Plasma series one.
Yeah, the Plasma series.
Lightning collection, has there been Target? I'm sure there's been a few, but gosh, like so many are just Target. It's nuts. So anyways, All Music Fan says it doesn't make sense to make a toy line and make it impossible to collect. I mean, really? Yeah, I agree. So that is the crux of the G.I. Joe classified toy line. It is, and I think I think you could say without question, the best adult collector retail toy line in terms of the cost and the fact that it's supposedly a mass retail toy line.
Mm-hmm.
The sculpting, the articulation, the paint applications are amazing for the scale and the price. Yep. So you have that on one hand, and then you have it is you can't find them.
Yeah, you get the big red bullseye in the other hand.
Yeah, exactly. The big old target on the other hand. So anyway, yeah,
It is what it is. We'll just have to wait it out, I guess.
yeah. So, but overall, I did really like the reveals. To me, I was just like, why? Why is Barbecue a Cobra Island? Why is Breaker in the Ram Cycle? Just like, why? What a bummer. What a bummer. This is it Jada Toys is making this?
Yeah.
It's not to scale to the figures.
No, it doesn't look like it's to scale to 4-inch or 6-inch.
They're kind of like, what makes this useless for any toy collector? That's
but hey, it comes with, you don't need batteries, or it comes with batteries, whatever they kept saying.
Anyway, so cool stuff there. Roberto Colon, Hasbro just send all the figures to John. He will handle the distribution. I'll take care of it more than Hasbro. Jeez Louise. Michael says main characters will be more desirable. Hasbro may feel that non-main characters won't sell enough. I found that Hasbro doesn't have much faith in G.I. Joe. I mean, I get that a little bit. But at this point, they see the line's really successful.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep doing this? Unless this has already been signed, sealed, delivered, agreed upon, and whatever contract they had, whatever character list they put together a year or so ago before they even had the response to this line yet. And they have to get through all of these committed characters before they can make an adjustment to course correct to fan demand. And I think that's the counter to this here. And hopefully that's the case. Hopefully that is the case. It's the only thing I think would make sense when you watch these live streams on Fan First Friday or PulseCon, whatever, and literally it's just nonstop, like, Target's the worst. No, not Target. Like, just like so fast going by. Anyway.
Unbelievable. Good stuff, but hard to get.
Yep. This was an interesting chat posted on Instagrammer Professor_Bex. Had a conversation with Target online about their exclusives that I thought was an interesting topic. The person asked, my online order an afterthought or treated secondarily, even though I express intent to purchase? Joel from Target says, great question. Our vendor agreements allow for a certain portion or a specific amount of inventory provided to be allotted for pre-orders. Once the allotted pre-order inventory is fulfilled, the remaining pre-orders would be fulfilled when the item is in stock after the street date at our distribution centers. So that's a big deal. If you wanted to answer on why some of these, Walmart, I'm assuming, works the same way, only so and so many of those pre-orders do they actually commit to fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
The rest they wait until they're available in stock. So, Professor Beck's counters. So basically you're telling me that pre-orders mean nothing at Target and there is no guarantee they will be filled. The Target rep, that is correct. While we do our best to fulfill every pre-order, there are items where the demand far exceeds the agreed upon pre-order inventory provided by the item manufacturer. I'm sorry to hear your disappointment with fulfillment issues with this particular order, and we'll be happy to pass on your feedback to our Minneapolis corporate office.
That is
what?
I mean, he just threw the company under the bus.
Yeah.
and you got to think, or I would say that means that if they're only going to have that allotted amount that's guaranteed pre-orders that will ship,
mm-hmm.
So whoever's working in that warehouse, and they see all these orders, and they'll see, all right, well, one person ordered one person ordered one person ordered 20. I'm going to make the box that has 20 in it because it's easier. It's one box to mail.
Yeah. I mean, this basically confirms just like, I don't know, whatever. It's 20% of this 100% of orders, we'll send those out. The rest, we'll see if there's availability after we have them all in hand at retail.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So he basically just confirms like what we all think is actually happening behind the scenes.
Yep. So Gary says hashtag Joel. Yeah, like kudos at least Joel just being honest and actually saying what we all assumed was the case. But damn, I don't know if Target really wanted that coming out.
I wonder if Joel works at the same Target where the NECA rep got caught.
Maybe. That is correct. Yeah, that response, that is correct. Like, I've never seen such a confirmed response to a customer or us as a toy collector saying, you're telling me pre-orders mean nothing at Target and there is no guarantee they'll be filled. And the response is, that is correct. What? Wow. And I agree. Yeah, good on Joe for telling the truth. At least there's a truth and we have it. We know it. And to us as toy collectors, I think we've been saying it for a while when we've talked about frustrations with Walmart pre-orders not going through, or maybe sometimes they'll work and sometimes they won't, and Target as well. That do not pre-order from Target or a Walmart and sleep easy thinking you did, I'm taken care of, good to go.
Yep.
Because it is not a guaranteed purchase by any stretch of the imagination, and that should be your fail safe. And trying to find it in person is still probably should be your first step in trying to get something. Yep.
Look at the Grayskull, the Origins Grayskulls.
Yeah.
How many people, what was it, like a month ago, had said that they got their cancellations when me and you both got just delay emails.
Yeah.
And then ours finally showed up. But in the meantime, between that time, people were still getting cancellations where it's just, you're not going to get it from us anymore.
Yeah.
But people a week from now, they're still going to get theirs. So where is that decision factor of who gets it and who doesn't?
Yep. Crazy.
Again, what would Joel do?
Yeah. Joel, former Target employee. That horn. So you're telling me I don't have a chance? Nice counter to our usual.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Bearded toy guy. Hey Joel, could you step into our office? Classic. Actually, here's a little too much honesty from Joel. Wouldn't be surprised if they showed him the nearest exit. I know. Holy moly. But again, I appreciate that at least they were honest.
Yeah. Yep. He might be kicking himself tomorrow when he steps into work.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It may have been a bot. Maybe Joel's a bot and nobody's gonna get fired.
Right.
Oh man.
He's Computron.
All right, let's go to happier things, like toy companies that are able to, distribute their toys well. McFarlane Toys. We talked about it last week. The kind of teaser, or not even teaser, it was like pre-orders on it was a Japanese toy site or something like that.
Yeah, it was like Toy NK, one of them. Anyway.
So now we have our first official images. I think they were dropped on the 4th, pulled back, and then dropped again today for 6/6 for Batman 66. But they're not 7-inch, 6-inch Batman 1966 toys. First images of the figures as well as the Batcave playset. Mattel did these, gosh, was it 10 years ago? Was it 10 or so years ago?
It must be that long ago.
Toy Guru Scott Knightlick era. I remember that. So that has to be about 10 years ago at this point. What are your thoughts, John? You're one of the biggest Batman fans I know, especially Batman 66. What's your thoughts here?
The figures are okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're, even just by pictures, they're no worse than Mattel's. But that's not why I'm psyched. I'm psyched for this Batcave and the Batmobile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If the Batcave is actually like this, it looks like this, and this isn't just like a set mock-up for pictures, I'm gonna crap my pants. But it does look like this is a playset. You can see next on either side of the red platform in the back, there's like hinge sections.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like this might fold up in some kind of way. Maybe
Yeah.
it's like a carrying case, however they're designing it.
Oh, if it was a carrying case, oh my god,
That would be amazing.
oh, that'd be so cool.
I'm just happy we're getting something like this
Mm-hmm.
because the was it Mezco's doing that? Is it a 4-inch scale Batcave set where it was? I think it's the Batcave. I don't know if there's a Batmobile, but there's like half a dozen figures, and they look okay, but it's like they're just a little bit better than reaction figures.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was like $120, I think, for the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are going by the prices listed on the Japanese site, I think this Batcave is going to be like around $60. I think it said American. So I'm psyched for that. I'm psyched for the prices on this.
Yeah.
I can deal with not great figures when they're a good price.
No, that's fair. I'm excited about the playset as well. You know, I love playsets. I have a big playset wall over here. I'm a big fan. And to your point, like the hinging, and if it is like a carrying case style, it'd be so cool. The price point, the Batmobile. I think the Cesar Romero looks pretty good off there in the distance.
Yeah.
But I will say this first pass of the Batman and Robin have not floored me. I don't think it was not the best first impression. Mainly because it is really hard because they are so like Adam West and who played Robin again? I'm blanking.
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward, thank you. I was like Burt Reynolds kept running. I was like, no, it's not Burt Reynolds, idiot. But they're so just normal human beings. Like there's no muscles or anything really. It's just like
they didn't even put padding in for muscles.
No.
They didn't fake it. There was no dressing it up at all.
Yeah. And so I think having like adult collector figures with that type of articulation does not lend itself to how Burt Ward and Adam West looked like in the costumes. And I think it's part of the charm of Batman 66. But it was kind of the same problem the Mattel figures had for me. But at least I think they got the proportions pretty decently here. The proportions on the Batman seem a little off. Mainly his shoulders seem really broad. But again, it's just the first images. It's hard to tell. But I almost would have preferred no articulation and just had really clean lines on the sculpt. Like give me 5 POA maybe or something.
Yeah.
And I think it would have looked better, to be honest.
Yeah, if it was a little bit more like staction style, like the way the McFarlane always used to do figures,
yeah.
it would be pretty good. But I get it, you know, if you're going to sell a Batmobile, they're probably going to have to sit in the Batmobile.
Yep.
But
okay, give them knees, but other than
yeah, give them knees. They can bend at the waist. Or even make them bendy. You know, like a really good sculpt over a wire frame. That would be fun because that would actually be more aesthetic to Adam West and Burt Ward.
True. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. And you know, I'm trying to remember the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Swamp Thing, DC Universe classic Swamp Thing. It was almost the Barbie articulation underneath like rubber or whatever.
Yeah.
It looked great. I know they had a lot of concerns that maybe it was going to like rip and stuff like that. I don't know if that ever eventually happened to any of those. I sold mine back when I sold my whole DC Universe collection, but I'd be curious to see if those held up. But anyway, it's going down a different rabbit hole here. So yeah, I think I'm with you. Playset looks amazing. The Batman 66 Batmobile is one of the, if not the best Batmobile of all time, up there with the Burton Batmobile.
Yeah,
for me. So the figures get a pass because if I get this, they're going to be sitting inside that Batmobile, so I could care less really about what they look like.
Exactly. I'm excited for all of it, and you know, at the rate that McFarlane puts stuff out.
Oh yeah,
you know, we'll have a dozen figures with this within a year, probably.
Yeah. Robin's head looks off. It looks. I heard somebody say it would look cherub like. All that.
It kind of does.
And the capes, yeah, I think I'll put comments here, and the capes don't look right. Hopefully the capes look better in like once we actually get production models. 'Cause yeah, the capes look again kind of the criticisms we gave to Skeletor for the Masterverse Skeletor could be applied here. Where it's like literally they just took some cloth and taped it to the back. Oh man, so excited for it though. Excited for it. And then did I have it here? I did want to at least give a quick other McFarlane shout out for their last Airbender figures look really good. And I know there's a lot of fans for Avatar and Legend of Korra. And I hear it's amazing. I have not partook or really watched it. But I've seen clips of the show before. I have friends that are big fans. And these, knowing what those look like, these look amazing.
Yeah, I know less than zero about Avatar, but these are good looking figures. And whatever that Wampa dog thing is, that thing looks cool. And what really sticks out to me is that when I see a creature like that, like I think it should have like animalistic teeth, and it looks like he's wearing human dentures.
Yeah, again, this looks, if this is how they turned out in person, because they look so true to the animation. God, I'd love to see McFarlane do some other animated figures. These look fantastic.
Yeah, they look really good. Really good. And somebody had posted something. I don't know if it was on I think it was on Instagram. And I don't remember if somebody tagged McFarlane, but they had made a notice somewhere saying that they were going to have 200 figures released by the end of this year.
What, on DC?
Yeah, just McFarlane in general.
Wow.
It might be DC.
That's
a ton of work.
And they all hit retail. Like I feel like I've had a chance to buy everyone. Now some of the paint apps have not been great, so that's why I missed out on or just did not get the Red Sun Superman, because that's one I really wanted and I couldn't find one that looked decent. I know you had a similar problem.
Yep.
But yeah, look amazing. They did Mike Davis. They've done 200 Batmans. A lot of Batmans. So yeah, looks really cool. There's at least 200 Batmans in stores now. Anyway, these look amazing. Again, I don't even watch the show. I know of it. I know how many fans there are of it, and I know they'll be pretty pumped for this.
Yep.
Put some respect on Appa's name. I guess Appa is the name of the Sky Bison.
Okay, it's a sky bison. That's what it is? Okay.
Everyone's saying it looks like the what's his name from Neverending Story?
The Falcor.
Yes, thank you. And pop actor, spoilers: the Neverending Story movie does end. Thanks. Oh my gosh. Justin, these Avatar figures are Batman in disguise. Justin, just so you know, my son, my oldest, Zach, is a big SpongeBob fan, and usually I'll have this show up afterwards so I can, add in notes or whatever for the show. And he sees you come up sometimes like, SpongeBob was on your show, Dad? SpongeBob was on my show. So Justin, just so you know, my son thinks you're SpongeBob. It's a high compliment in this house. Very high compliment. All right. Last bit of news. Super 7 teasing some teases for their where I had it up here. Let me go back to just get on a tweet tour. But they posted this little video for their Silverhawks. 4 characters that I would assume is them calling their shot on what's to come. Quicksilver, Monstar, Buzzsaw, and Steelheart. And if that's the first set of figures, woo! That is a good. I would not expect them to go that hard on some
No.
bigger guys, and then some. I'm just kind of shocked. If that's the case, I think it is. They basically just straight up said it.
Yep.
That's a really good. That's a really good first wave of figures. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going just diving right in. I maybe would have saved Steelheart for another wave because she's just a top tier character.
Mm-hmm.
You got to save some, to keep the series going. But okay, so I guess there really isn't that many characters in the series, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the figures that were created originally. So they could probably get this done in like 6 or 7 waves. If they might have to sprinkle in a couple original characters that never had figures before.
Yeah, I think it's a short toy. I think it's a short toy line by design, probably, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope they vac metal them. I hope they can do that.
Agreed. Please. I don't know. It's arguably the most essential component to the toy line.
Mm-hmm.
They have to figure it out. They have to. Comic says, I'm pretty sure Brian Flynn said that they're trying to do some kind of don't try, do. They
just shouldn't be done if they can't be vac metaled.
Do or do not. Classic. They are not vac metal. Don't say it, CAF. I don't want to hear it. They gotta. Natalie Imbruglia made an appearance. Hello, I'm very disappointed that your 50th anniversary wasn't about Masters of the Universe collection because I'm an Australian Masters chick fan. Keep up the good work, you guys. Love, Natalie. Thanks, Natalie.
Thank you.
Appreciate the feedback. But it's just kind of that's how the way the cookie crumbled this week. Just a lot of other news, not much Masters news really on the week, save for. And, I think I forgot to get the picture of it, but those leaked images of a potentially other Masterverse He-Man figure. But otherwise, it was a lot of other stuff this week, which is fine because we are toy geeks. We are big Masters fans. Don't get us wrong. But we love a lot of things on the toy geekery side of life.
We gotta talk about other things because otherwise we turn into a He-Man channel.
Yes, which I love He-Man and everything about it, but I want to talk about other stuff too. I know John does as well.
Yep.
Maybe Pop Actor. There's a little bit of flirtation going on. Pop, buy me an original Eternia playset and I will text you. Promise. XX. Love, Natalie. Wow.
Better get on that playset.
Wait, Natalie, I have a Eternia playset. I'm not giving it to you, but
it'll. You're only going to get a text for it. There's no money exchanged.
Good night, boys and girls. Especially because I saw somebody locally was selling just the central tower. That's it for $700. I was like, what?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Oh man. Anyway, now we're just gonna sue somebody. I would love to have her on the show.
We're gonna have to get this cleared up.
Careful, Jay. Your wife might be watching. Listen, my wife is a very supportive wife, and if I told her that Natalie Imbruglia would flirt with me to get rid of a toy, she'd be all over that opportunity. You're like, oh wait, stuff will leave the house. Go ahead, Natalie. Have at them.
Have at it.
Is this Natalie really just Jay Grimace in disguise? That's a good point. I haven't seen Jay in a minute.
Yeah, where is he?
Pop Actor, that would be the most expensive text phone in my life. Oh my lord. Anyway, we haven't seen. You know what though? I don't think we've seen Old School Shinobi yet.
Nope. It's one of them. It's got it. They're in cahoots on this.
Throwback Turtle. I bet Pop is torn. about the new playset. Oh no. Colleen's back now. I wasn't what I missed. I'm back now. Anywho, stay away, Jay. Anywho. Colleen, that's why you gotta stick around. You gotta pay attention. Gotta see what's going on. All right. Let's close out the show here with some toy hauls. If you watch or if you follow my Instagram at Geek Dad Life, this weekend I actually did some videoing of going to the flea market. So a few of you did watch it, but I'll try to do more of that kind of stuff. So definitely give me a follow on Instagram if you haven't yet, but definitely picked up some fun stuff. John, do you want me to? Oh, T-Ponder. Was it T-Ponder? Maybe it's T-Ponder. Anyways, but T-Ponder is still here. Can they both type at the same time? Colleen, we don't need any more Eternia playsets if that's what it is. No, Colleen, I was saying if I could give Natalie and Bruglia a Eternia playset, and in exchange she would flirt with me over text, you would be for that exchange 100% of the time. That was what I said to them.
As long as toys were leaving the house.
As long as toys were leaving the house, you'd be 100% on board with that exchange. Anyway, all right. Should I go first, or did you go?
Sure.
First?
I never remember who goes first anymore. Go ahead.
It all blurs together. All right. So, like I said, saw our friend Mike, and I picked up stuff for you and for me. If you watched or follow me on Instagram, Geek Dad Life, you would have seen most of it. I don't even have it all here. But for you, I got the Land Shark, the Ram Man, as well as these two figures that I did not have yet. First was the Battle Armor Skeletor. So see, we got some Motu in today's episode. Totally pumped to finally have this bad boy. I think he has He-Man on the order as well. So glad to finally get these stupid battle armors that I didn't think would be that hard to find. But glad I have them. And then my first Wave 5 figure, the Battleground Tila. Not Tila, Stamp. Battleground Evelyn. And so I think we talked about is she having accessories? It's just one purple staff orb thing.
Yep.
There you go. So excited to get these two.
I'm curious, is the art on the back of her card different from her Wave 1 art?
Yes, because it has Stinkor, it has the Lords of Power Merman, comic style Triclops.
Cool.
And have the other Wave 5 figures in here with Fisto, Merman, and Faker. So yeah, that's a little blurry. I will say that out of this wave, I feel like she may be the peg warmer just because we had a Evelyn relatively recently, but this one looks better. So if you haven't gotten Evelyn yet, and maybe you just want to stick with one, I think this one does look better just in the box. We'll see once I'm able to take it out in person. And then I think I've talked about it before. One of my favorite movies of all time is Back to the Future. Adore this movie. Maybe it would be second to Ghostbusters for me. And it is this movie is the reason I picked up the guitar at 10 years old, became a musician, learned studio recording, started podcasting 15 years ago. All of those events led to me doing a show like this for you all, or understanding how to do it because of watching this movie and being obsessed with the Johnny B. Good sequence, plus being obsessed with the DeLorean. So all of those obsessions, a lot of it comes from Back to the Future. But outside of buying DeLorean toys as much as I can, and one day, Colleen, if you're still watching, I will own a DeLorean. Oh, yes, I will. Don't know how or why or when, but I will own a DeLorean. I have not really had that many Back to the Future toys, and they've never really been that compelling to me. And NECA has been doing a great job with their line, But really, I've seen them, and I was like, I don't love these. It hasn't hit me yet, for whatever reason. Not a single Back to the Future toy has hit me yet. But if there would be one that would get me, it would be the Back to the Future 2 version, or the Future 2015 version of the characters. I think it's just so much fun. You can see I have the Matty Collector hoverboard right there. So I had my eye on the Marty McFly 2015 version for a while. I was like, I don't know. I have to wait till maybe they do a Doc Brown. Well, they finally did a Doc Brown, and I found it at Target. I think they just started hitting Target like a week ago, and it looks great. The future Doc Brown with the emergency cash. Just again, I love all three movies, and so now that I had this, I was like, okay. Now I need a 2015 Marty McFly. Luckily, it's not a Turtles NECA product, and I could go over to the section, and they had these still. So I got the 2015 version of the Marty McFly. So I got my Marty, I got my Doc Brown, and so there it is. Finally, have added those to the old collection.
That's awesome. Are you going to open them?
Yes, absolutely. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to display them. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely going to open them. But I did hold it tight for this show because it's easier to show them in the box. Out of the box. And then last thing, just baseball cards. Remember I was complaining about finding baseball cards? Well, There was this great guy at the flea market. I believe it's Atlanta Sports Cards, even though he goes to school in Raleigh. And he had a whole bunch of the cards that I've been looking for. So I got the Fernando Tatis 2021 card, as well as a Trent Grisham rookie card. And then my son is a big Manny Machado fan, so I got a Manny Machado rookie card. So tons of Padres cards that I was pumped to finally find this weekend, since cards are banned at Target. And
That's awesome.
Cards have just gotten insane. Anyway, I've seen the Audition Marty. Again, I love the first movie, but I don't know why. Just none of those have felt compelling to me for toys. Am I weird in that sense, or do you feel a similar way, John? I don't know.
No, I totally agree. Where there's some, especially for me, it's the same way with Jaws. As much as I love Jaws, there's plenty of stuff out there where it just doesn't grab me. Like the Pops. I don't have Brody or Hooper.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's cool. Just because it says Jaws on it and it's those characters, I don't need them. I do have the Quint because I have to.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. Like, that's my absolute favorite movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
There's just certain things I don't go after for it.
I think it's something to the effect of, they're just, especially the first movie, they're just kind of normal people. Yes, it's like Michael J. Fox is a unique person, or especially Doc Brown's a unique person, but it's not like, say, Ghostbusters, where they have a unique suit, and Proton Packs, which is very toy-esque, even though they're real people. And like the DeLorean, the time machine, absolutely has that, like, I want that thing, or the hoverboard, or the ES-345, the guitar he played. Those are things like, I want one of those, but it's just like, do I want a regular looking Marty McFly figure? It's like, I guess maybe.
Right.
2015 stuff, the future stuff, I think that adds a little bit more of a toyish feel to it, where I want a toy version of that character.
Right. It's the separation of that could just be a Michael J. Fox figure, not Marty McFly. You wanted the Marty McFly that looks like the one that like made an impression. Yeah.
But now if they did a Marty McFly playing Johnny Be Good, then that is the one I would absolutely be able to.
That would have to be in like a nice window box, but you'd have to keep it closed.
Yeah. The Playmobil stuff. Yeah, I love the Playmobil stuff. I have the DeLorean. I've done a video review of it. But again, it's like it's that set is centered around the DeLorean, where it's like, okay, I love that. And they're doing the Toyota 4x4. Absolutely. I've thought about, like, if I can't get a DeLorean, maybe I'll try and just find one of those Toyota 4x4s. That would be a fun truck to drive. It's those Toyota Hiluxes are notorious for being insanely dependable. If anybody's a fan of Top Gear, there's an amazing earlier sequence of episodes where they tried to kill a Toyota Hilux, as it was known in America, the Toyota 4x4, and it is one of the funniest events. Like they put it in a building and blew up the building, and the car still started.
Wow.
They put it out a low tide in the ocean and like chained it down. They let the tide come in, and the tide completely took over the Toyota, and this car still started when they dragged it out of the ocean. Like Toyotas, man, they just don't ever die. And we have a few Toyotas too, and they just don't die. Anyway, all right, let's move on here. John, what do you got?
All right, I just got a couple things. Before the McFarlane Snyder figures start hitting, I wanted to make sure I got a Wonder Woman because it didn't sound like they were going to re-release a Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So I picked up the just the regular 1984 Wonder Woman. I like this figure a lot more than I thought I would. It's better looking out of the package. It's a much better figure out of the package. And now that
the head sculpt, that's the one thing that's always kind of kept me not fully committed is the head sculpt.
Yeah, it's seeing it from the side is much better than like straight on, and that's the problem with looking at it in the package. But looking at it on the side is much better. And now that, like I said, now that the Justice League Snyder Cut figures are starting to show up in Singapore, I think I saw this morning they showed up in Texas. There's a Texas Instagrammer that posted the figures. He found at Walmart. Yeah,
I saw that. Yep.
So I wanted to make sure I picked up Wonder Woman before she goes up in price. Once everybody's after her, and she was on clearance for so long.
Yep.
And then my next one today showed up. My pre-ordered Flint.
Ooh, yeah. Awesome.
This guy is awesome.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what is great about him?
Everything. Again, it goes the thing that gets me about these figures is the face sculpts and the face details. The paints are amazing. Truly amazing. And unlike the Gung Ho figure, his hat actually stays on. It stays on tight. It's nice. You don't have to like just kind of sit it on the top of his head and hope it doesn't slide off. It's not, it's not like looking at like Marvel Universe figures from the 15 years ago where you're like looking for like little paint defects, if you're into having like perfect paint. It's like there's no worrying on these. It's nice out of the box. Perfect.
Point too. Yeah, like so many of adult collector toys nowadays, like you have to make sure the paint's good, and it's a good point. Basically, I haven't been able to see a whole bunch of them at once, but I have not run into any paint issues with them. Not on the same level I've seen some other ones.
It's crazy. You look at the fade on his haircut, where it's like it's buzzed at the bottom, but it's like honestly, it's very much like your hair. His hair is very much like yours, and the fade on it. It's sculpted into the plastic.
It's sculpted?
It's sculpted. The fade is sculpted. It's crazy. The detail is unbelievable.
That's insane.
Yeah. This figure is awesome.
Well, I'm pumped. I believe Mike said he's getting his in this week, so I should have mine soonly.
And my Lady J should be here Wednesday because I pre-ordered her too.
Custom J figure. I guarantee I do not look as chiseled as Flint in real life, but and I need a haircut. I do need a haircut.
This could be like the start for yours. This is like the Reed Richards to Dan Larson.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, that one was so dead on for Dan Larson though.
Yeah,
Richards, the second Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shotgun is awesome too. It like folds down for a reloading.
In it?
Yeah. Even though it's a pump action, it wouldn't load like that, I guess.
Sure.
Of course, this is a G.I. Joe Fuster. It's a, not real gun. But it's awesome. And the shotgun does have a holster in the back.
So
you can throw it in there like that.
Why that's been great about this toy line. All of them, all of the accessories, all the weapons can fit on the figure, right?
Yep. Yeah. Outside of Baroness, because like she has two handguns, and then she has that weird coil snake that goes around her forearm. So she can only hold one thing at a time, or she can't hold that snake gun. Yep.
You can kind of put it around her arm, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Maybe. And then I guess there's a big deal now about the Beachhead with the blue eyes. The blue eyes variant for Beachhead.
Really?
Which mine's a blue eyes variant.
I'll have to look what mine is.
Maybe the release will not be blue eyes. I don't know. But anyways, blue eyes Beachhead. I got one. I'm gonna sell it if it becomes really expensive. All right. Because I don't care if it's blue eyes or not. And if I could like make more money to buy other toys, I'm gonna make that deal.
Yep.
Make that deal. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's all I got today.
Okay. Well, those are good pickups, though. Those are very good pickups. All right, John, do you want to give away this Panthor for
Absolutely
episode? Right.
Absolutely.
Let's do that here. I wrote down all the names. Oh, you can't even see them. So a lot of you submitted. So I'm gonna do my best. I probably should have had scissors up here, but no, I have scissors nearby. All right, so I'm just gonna.
Can you just go up and down the list with your finger, with your eyes closed, and stop?
Maybe. All right. So here we go. I got the hat. Putting them in. First up here is Mike McFarlane, Jason M, Randy T, Smedel. Is it Smed? Smeddy. Can't read my own handwriting. Luckily, I have it on the email as well.
Is that Adam Smedberg?
Maybe it is Smedberg. Adam Smedberg. Yep, it is Adam Smedberg. Gamer Bud. Joe Rad. All Music Fan. Lucian Star Killer. Austin Ock. PD Dubs.
Heyo.
Heyo. John Lakers.
That's not my last name.
Melanie Chambers. I wonder if Dan got his wife to enter this as well. Space Cowboy. Let's see. Curtis L. AC S. Daryl R. Dave Chambers. Josh R. Josh Ruth. And Matt. Is it Matt Curley? Make sure I get this right. Matt K. All right. There you go. Those are all the entries. Shuffle them around. And again, this is a stocked Panthor donated by Nerdbombers Mike. If Natalie won, I'll be pissed. Yes, so really pumped to be giving this away to somebody. Again, whoever does win, I will respond to your email submission to get your address. And if you are out of the United States, as long as you're okay paying the shipping, then we can make that happen here. So here we go. The winner is Natalie. Lucian. There you go. I'm gonna shuffle. And you all saw I did this live, so there's no preferential treatment here. All right, John, tell me when to just pick something.
Ready, stop.
Okay. I have picked one out. Here it is. And again, I never win anything ever when I submit for things, so don't feel bad if you didn't win, because I've never won anything either. So here we go. Austin A has won. Austin Ock, you are the winner. There you go. Boom. You have won a Panthor, a stocked Panthor from the Motu Origins line. I will send you an email asking for your Addy, and I will send it your way. So there you go. See?
Congratulations.
Congrats. Thank you for all that entered. A lot of you did. Just within this show. It wasn't like a thing we took weeks for people to enter. Like just within, we did this show. It all happened right now. So that's why you should always tune in live to Toy Geeks. You never know what might happen. Lu Shun. Sorry, Bearded Toy Guy. Anywho's, congrats to Austin. I will send you an email to get in touch. And John, don't think you're getting out of Stump John today.
That's all right. I can do it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. Well, this series of accessories is submitted by Jason Horn of Jason Horn's Designs. He actually has his own comic book at jasonhorndesigns.com. So check that out, jasonhorndesigns.com. It looks pretty good. But let me go back to regular screen here. Let me pull up, and it's all the accessories are in one image.
Okay.
So it should make it a little easier. But here we go. See how you fare today.
Okay, well, that's a Tauntaun saddle.
Okay. Yep.
That green thing?
This?
No, in the bottom right corner. That looks like it's a Gwildor head that's been like recast.
It is Gwildor's head.
Maybe it was like a necklace or something, because it has like a loop on the top.
It does, yeah.
It looks like something that would have come out of like a bubblegum machine, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The pickaxe. Is that the one that came with it was one of the Ghostbusters monsters.
I don't think it's
if it's not him,
the hard hat guy.
it might be from, is it Indiana Jones? I really can't see what the black things are. The thing on the bottom left that looks like a crow or a raven.
Yeah.
That looks like maybe came from like it might be from like an old Aurora model kit.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the Universal monsters or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a Lego suitcase in the middle row on the right?
This one right here?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Or maybe a Playmobil suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell. I can't tell what that thing in the middle is next to it.
It is a gun with a peg on the side. It's like a 6-shooter with like a little thing to connect to a figure or something on the side. I remember this accessory and I'm trying to remember what it goes to.
Police Academy. They had like Mahoney came with a gun that plugged into his palm.
Yep, that's it. I'm looking at him right now. I think you're right. Yep.
Okay. That orange reddish colored thing, I can't make out what that is.
Looks out into and it kind of goes out. That may be another Police Academy accessory.
Oh, the pickaxe is from Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Did Skin Man come with a? Was that his name, Skin Man? I can't remember.
Okay.
And that
but this whip, this green whip.
Is that what that is? It's a whip.
I think so. I think I know what it is, but I may have spoiled you. It is. I think it's a whip. Don't say what it is. That horn.
Okay.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
know what I don't know what that is.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that horn. I believe this is the whip accessory that came with the Trendmasters Extreme Ghostbuster Sam Hain.
Oh,
He had like a crazy whip thing, if I remember correctly.
okay.
Orange thing is Chuck Norris. So now we just have this axe dude. I was right. Yes.
I feel like that could be a bunch of different lines.
Yeah.
Is it Remco?
It looks too the.
It looks a little too small for Remco.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I wish I knew how tall it was or like how big it was.
Well, if you know, if this,
I'm trying to compare it to the saddle.
Yeah, it's a pretty good size. Huh. Well, let us know that horn. I think he knows all the accessories. Kenner Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
A lot of Kenner love. Did he tell us what the Gwildor was?
Yeah, because I'm really interested. I've never seen anything like that for a Masters movie figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, neither have I. It has to be like, to your point, like a gumball machine kind of deal.
Yeah. It almost reminds me of do you remember I think the TMNT Universal Monsters Dracula, was it Dracula Dawn? Came with like a weird sort of vampire thing that laid flat. Real question. Got it in an eBay lot.
Oh, okay. Because the thing is, like, okay, say it is, you know, a quarter machine giveaway thing.
Yep.
Why would you do Gwildor? Like, there's so many other characters you'd want to probably have that aren't Gwildor. No offense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just out around the time, in '87.
Yeah, it was like a party favor pack for the movie or something. But even then, I've never seen one before.
Yeah, I've dealt a ton of Masters merchandise outside of toys. I've never ever seen that.
Yeah, and it's a really detailed sculpt. I don't know if it doesn't look as sharp for you, John, but to me and what I'm seeing being streamed, it's a really sharp sculpt. Like, it's really sharp.
It's kind of like they just kind of laid his face down into a mold, like the figure.
Yeah,
like laid his head into a mold or something like that.
But
that's my best guess.
I have a pretty decent shape vintage Gwildor, and it does not look this sharp. This is like uniquely sculpted.
Yeah, I don't think it's a cereal box toy, Darth Arian. I'm gonna say it's like a quarter machine toy.
That or a party favor. I'm saying party favor.
Yeah. It
looks glow in the dark. Hey guys, love your videos. Got the real Ghostbusters Wave 2 yet from Hasbro? I have. I'm working on the video review now of the Bug-Eye Ghost and the Fearsome Flesh. So it's coming soon. I'm hoping Tuesday morning for Ghostbusters Day, and then Tuesday night, Screen Geeks, Ralph and I will be talking about Ghostbusters and hopefully recapping whatever movie news they'll be unveiling that day. So, all right. Well, John, let's see. What did you get? You got the saddle.
Yeah, that's in the Police Academy gun.
Yeah, I think it's it. Well, it was Gwildor. So I think I'm going to give you that one.
All right.
You didn't get the whip. You didn't get the crow, the Chuck Norris accessory. Did we get whatever this was?
Oh, no, I don't think we got that.
Yeah.
It does look like a little suitcase, right?
Yeah, it does. T Ponder says he got the Fortress of Fangs this week. T Ponder, congrats. Fortress of Fangs is, a top 5. I think maybe I don't want to say it's hyperbolic. It's at least top 10 playset of all time. It is such a good playset.
I agree. Top 5.
Right? It's just so good.
Because you don't even need to collect D&D to appreciate that. You can put that up on a shelf. It just looks awesome without any figures on it.
Yeah, you're right. Because I I've played D&D, but I'm not a diehard fan. And I have a Fortress of Fangs with all those figures because the figures are great and that playset is so freaking good. Cool.
Yep. That playset is amazing.
Did you get the pickaxe, or I thought you saw him say it in the chat when you said it?
Oh yeah, it was
that Horn said it, right? The person who submitted it.
Yep.
Near complete for 150. That's really good. It's hard to find them. I was fortunate enough to find one complete on eBay for a decent price. But finding those things complete is really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the past 10 years, those things have gotten few and far between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're hard to find, especially complete. But congrats, T Ponder. All right. That's it. That's it for our 50th episode, John. We did it.
She's come and gone.
We made it to 50 episodes of Toy Geeks. Join us Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back for 51. Not as nice as a number, but it'll still be time to hang out and talk toys with some Toy Geeks like John and I and all of you in the chat. Thank you again, everyone, for participating in our first ever giveaway. Again, big thanks to Nerdbombers for that. You can check out his Mercari store in the link in the description below. Austin, congrats on getting this Panthor. If you want us to do things like this more often, hit that like button. If this thing gets 200 likes, we'll do another giveaway at 60. So 200 likes on the video below. We usually get 100, 150. So 200 is a push. 200 stretching it. So all the people watching right now, I have over 100 people watching right now. Click that like button. You haven't done it yet. And also click the subscribe button and that bell icon to be notified when this latest episode of Geek Dad Life drops and Toy Geeks drops. All right, that is it. We'll see you all next week. And until then, hasta luego and goodbye.